All right, in 30 years,
Okay.
after the furry civil rights movement, am I going to be like the bigot?
Like
of
the back
history?
against the wall. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care how far society has come. I refuse to recognize the rights of furries.
Ever be okay with this? There's a 0% chance of me ever being cool with this.
I would, at this point, endorse state-mandated castration for all furries. How does that taste?
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Oh no, what's going on?
You recording?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You doing all right?
Oh, what's going on?
Well, look. I just want to know how you are, man.
Well, I'm doing pretty well. I got myself a nice sparkling mineral water here.
That's good. That's good. I think you're gonna do well, Ethan. I gotta tell you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I think you got potential. Don't forget that. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I got myself into a little bit of trouble here.
Uh-oh. What kind of trouble you in, bro?
Do you know how easy it is to make peanut butter cookies? Do you have any?
Oh no!
Do you have any idea?
Hold on, hang in there. I'm gonna call the feds, and they're gonna be on their way to your house. They're gonna get you out of this.
Why did you call them the feds?
The ambulances, aren't those the Fed?
That is not the feds. I told you have potential, not, I didn't say you've attained it, I guess.
Oh my god. Wait, so you're telling me that when I'm fighting against the pigs, the ambulances aren't wrapped up in that?
The ambulances are, they're probably on standby, but they're not really, I guess they can hide, they can disguise yourself as an EMT.
Why have I been firebombing these ambulances then?
Yeah, no, you've just been killing injured people.
What has this
That's
all been for?
Fucked up, honestly.
Well, they're injured. It's basically over.
You're gonna have to promise me to stop that when I enter the afterlife.
Oh my god. Okay, if it's your dying wish.
You just combine peanut butter and sugar. It's just 1-to-1 with an egg, and that's it. That's it, Ethan.
Oh no. Declan, stay with me. Don't go. Don't go into that. Good night. I know the light looks like a big old glowing peanut butter cookie at the end of the tunnel, but
I can see it.
You gotta resist it. Don't take the cookie. Don't dip it in the milk, Declan.
I don't know. I don't buy milk. I'm a bachelor. It's just like $3.
Milk just kind of ends up in my refrigerator.
Well, that's nice. Okay, I think I'll push my way through one more season for you, buddy.
Oh my god. You're a brave soul.
And that's
the strongest man I've ever known.
That season is spring 2018.
No.
Why no?
Oh god. I was lamenting this and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
It never is. It's fun,
I had a pretty good time.
Yeah, you think you don't, but you actually do.
Spring 2018, man. It's here.
It's here. It's
Believe it or not, passing the seasons is inevitable, and we've found ourselves in yet again another season preview episode.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it? You want to talk about these animes?
Sure. Yes. Let's talk about. Oh, by the way, this episode dedicated to Isao Takahata. Pour one out.
Pouring one out.
Ghibli guy.
Oh.
Rip.
Ripperoni.
And to honor this renowned Ghibli animator, let's talk about Horse Girls. It's time for Horse Girls.
Where did my notes go, motherfucker?
Uh-oh.
I have some of my... No! Really? Did all of my... Oh, actually, no, I'm good. Never mind.
You good?
Come on, I'm good. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I have a recovery document of my notes because I had to restart my computer.
Okay, so you got notes on this horse
I got
pussy,
notes.
though.
Horse girls. I got this one if you want me to cover it.
Horse pussy.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna keep saying. I'm gonna enunciate every letter and make. And I don't care if it makes it
Pussy.
This doesn't count as furry, right?
This is dangerously close to being furry.
I don't know, man. There's like no fur.
Well, where's the scale? I'm gonna bring up the furry scale.
Yeah, bring up the furry scale.
Scale images.
It's not. I doubt it's even a 2.
I got the
Hold on,
yeah,
let's see.
it's a 1. It's
a 1.
Firmly a 1.
Absolutely, totally a 1. It's barely even furry.
Yeah.
Where's the English translation of? Yeah. Okay, yes. The level 1 is called yeah. All right. No, that's not the original. Yeah. No. Sure. You can't just post images in the Discord chat. This is an audio podcast.
Really
it does
funny.
not work that way.
This is borderline furry. In this chart I'm looking at, it's misspelled.
Yeah.
There's all any way you slice it, this is not furry. These are horse girls.
These are just horse girls. It's fine. Yeah. So yeah. But we haven't said the name of the show yet. It's Musume Pretty Derby.
Oh.
Pretty Derby.
I'm feeling pretty derby if you ask me.
I'm retarded. It's PA Works. The serious drama people are doing this. I don't know. This is adapted from a video game, an upcoming mobile game. There you go. Yes, a mobage. Mark of quality, as always. Yeah, you can summarize this one. I would like to note that the very first sentence of this show is horse girls, just to set you up. But
okay,
what have you?
We need a horse girls counter for this episode. But so
counter.
Yeah, our
is there more than?
Well, we've said horse girls a lot.
You need a horse pussy.
Pussy. So our protagonist, her name is Special Week because she's a horse girl and she's named like a racehorse.
That's a good bit that they have horse names.
Yes.
Like it's yeah. The horse touches are funny. They do decent. They do all right by those. It's just the one. It just kind of brings you. The one thing is it kind of brings you out of. It's like why didn't you just make them horse? I don't know. I know why they didn't make them horses. I don't know.
That would be way better if they were like super hyper detailed horses walking around and being moe.
But they still had girl voices.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good bit. Like that's like the underground web anime version of this. You know, like just fucking like one dude animating in his bedroom and doing all.
They made that 12 years ago. It was called Charlie the Unicorn, so it can't be done anymore.
That's true.
It's done.
It's true. Dangerously close to Charlie the Unicorn. Which is that furry? I don't think that's furry.
Do horses even really have fur when you think about it?
I think it's horse hair because they're horse hair brushes, so they're hairies, which is way less sexy than furries.
Somehow,
Harry's is my go-to erotic website. Also,
this
by the way,
podcast is brought to you by Harry's, so careful.
So Special Week, she is a bumpkin. She's from Hokkaido and she's moving to Tokyo to attend an elite academy for horse girls. And it's her first day in the city. She gets off the train and goes and attends a race where a horrible sex pervert gropes her in a crowd of strangers.
Another horse bitch. She gives him a good kick, big old kick right in the face.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I say he's groping her, but he's admiring her legs and how good they'd be for running
with his hands and fingers.
Yeah, he's really stroking her, and like is basically if you were a passive observer, you would. Immediately recognize this man as a horrible pervert.
Well, he's doing it so openly and brazenly that I would actually think like, oh, this is probably some kind of medical thing going on.
Yeah,
because he's going just full on palms and just full both hands. Yeah, it looks like he's working something out of like a
And then she kicks him in the goddamn face, and he goes flying.
But he doesn't mind that much.
And so then the sex pervert tries to gain her trust by tapping into her love of running. And he directs her attention to the race, and we see this one super special horse girl, She's like introduced before the race, and the race happens, and our super special horse girl absolutely annihilates the competition.
Yeah, Silence Suzuka.
Silence
Suzuka. And it has that one shot where the main girl sees the role model as she rushes by her, and it goes into slow motion.
Sports anime shit.
And her face is all whoa.
Yeah.
And that's the moment where
Sugoi.
she's captured by the majesty, and she's fully invested in this sport now.
It's it's the sports anime thing happens.
Yes.
And then our sex pervert mutters something under his breath about giving that racehorse advice, and then proceeds to grope our protagonist again, which appears to be a recurring gag. And side note, by the way, nobody gives a fuck about horse racing.
What?
And they talk about how it makes people dream. And I contend that it doesn't. As a matter of fact, it does not make people dream. It makes me think about how horses are put down when their legs get broke.
Okay, well, first of all, degenerate gamblers love horse racing, so that's one demographic that you.
No, those people don't have dreams, Declan. They're gone.
They have dreams about winning all their money and houses back in
Those are
in
fantasies,
races.
not dreams.
I bet you can have a dream about that. And also, these aren't just regular. These are like someone who wants to be a jockey. That's like a dream.
Entire
and these are
school
like
of jockeys.
this is like a jockey and a horse in one, so it's like double the dream.
And they're appropriate height to be jockeys.
You know what I'm saying? Ooh, burn, jockey burn.
So yeah, then there's a goddamn concert. So apparently, if you win the race, you get to perform in front of the crowd.
Get to have to perform. It was this part was fucking crazy. I couldn't believe
This shit's something else.
I could
huh?
not believe what I was seeing. I just was like,
Right?
fucking, oh my god, turn the cynical pandering knob all the way the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it broke. We can't control it.
Yeah,
Silence Suzuka is also a goddamned idol.
Yep. I'm like, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
This is
Christ.
This is peak pandering. You're very right.
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
That shit's so good.
A MOBA game about horse girls who are also idols. It's like it's literally like it's cliche, but it's like an AI generated
Yes.
wheel of show premise generated thing.
Just gimmicks and fucking genres just smashed together to reach as wide of an audience as possible.
Wasn't there another show in this batch that inserted idol stuff kind of artificially?
I don't know. We haven't
we'll get
reached
to
it
it
yet.
if I forgot. Yeah.
Homegirl realizes she's late for her curfew at school and books just hauls ass to the academy.
She runs very fast.
Which is that's funny. That's fucking funny. I'll tell you
She's
what.
just like she's running faster than cars. And
That's a good gag. So it's the first day of class, and she immediately makes a fool of herself by falling face first on the ground.
I was hoping as soon as she fell, it's like, oh man, time for a new protagonist. Like, Joe, gotta take.
Yeah, should they just drag her out?
Take her to the farm upstate.
Yeah.
How ballsy would that be though? Like episode 2 opens up with them eating Jello, and then we have a new MC.
That would be like that would be if it was like it had an edge to it.
If it was a Madoka-esque deconstruction.
But it kind of breaks. Yeah, you're right. It's a deconstruction of this show that exists only here.
Deconstruct yourself.
She's
like
super
Lucy.
embarrassed that she fell face first, but it's chill because her classmates are nice.
Yeah, there's Haru Urara, who looks a little fucked up, and I don't know. I don't think it's a dude, but there's something these characters usually mostly look all right, but there's something about Haru Urara that just
Is that the pink hair one?
Yeah, something's wrong.
It's because she got sakura petals in her eyes.
That's not it. It's something about the face. I don't know.
Maybe
she always looks a little odd. And Seiyun Sky looks like stoned.
She's one of those girls, kind of droopy-eyed, chill.
Yeah, but also Seiyun Sky just sounds like a strand of weed.
Seiyun Sky is a girl you'd meet at a hippie colony for sure.
Other names, El Condor Pasa.
Yes, who was raised in America.
Oh, she's got an American accent. Or no, that's Grass Wonder. Grass Wonder has a Gaijin accent.
Condor's got it. Condor emphasizes the des, and it's from America and has an accent.
Well, it doesn't matter. One of them has a fun American accent.
So we're introduced to the idea that there's like tears or some bullshit. there's like different classes, and the better you perform, the better class you're in, whatever. We get a flashback to protagonist as a child reading about the Twinkle series in the newspaper, and this is when I found something gravely concerning here. Her mother is not a horse. Her mother is not a horse. She's not a horse girl, which makes me think, where did these horse genes come from, Declan?
Oh,
well, let's peel this back here. Let's peel the foreskin back on this backstory. Let's look at the dark smegma underneath.
Her mom has to be plugged up with like a bathtub drain sized fucking rubber stopper.
Yeah, otherwise her guts would fucking spill out.
I hope that was artificial. Hope it's not. Hope she didn't get that straight from the tap.
Yeah, she got the injection rather than just getting the whole hog.
She volunteered to get impregnated by a horse.
Yeah, but then this leads me to think.
I don't know.
There's a bunch of other horse girls. So are they also the product of human and then something that is not a human? Is there got to be some interspecies?
Well, I bet if two half horses have a kid, then it's still just like a half horse. It's just kind of carries on through. It's like two horses make a horse, and horse and person make a half horse, and then from then on, just all the half horses just.
But she ain't even half horse. She's just a full on lady. She's a girl.
Who?
The protagonist's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying the rest of the squad. So she's our protagonist is the byproduct of an unholy union, but the rest of the characters are within the species. I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
So anyways, special week in company tryout for Silence Suzuka.
Silence Suzuka, yes.
They try out for that team, and special week does not get a good start off the line. She just freezes because she's never raced before, which is dumb. What are you doing?
She's not smart. She's a not a simpleton.
She's a bumpkin for sure.
She's a silly gal. But I have the Suzuka name wrong so many times. I have Suzuka, and then I have Suzukaze twice.
So she makes a big old comeback during the race because she sees Silent Suzuka watching from above, and that gives her the energy and courage to burst forward. And it seems like she won, but then it turns out that homegirl from the States, with the very Hispanic name, blew them all the fuck out. And and then so she doesn't make the team, and she's just but doesn't let her get it down too much. They go back to the academy, and then she gets fucking abducted by some horse girls, who abduct her for sex pervert man, who coerces her into becoming a part of his team.
Yep.
And then it turns out Silent Suzuka's also going to be on the team. She transferred in.
Team Speaker.
Yep. And then she's going to be debuting next week, and then we have a hard cut, which is pretty good. This is my favorite gag in the episode. Hard cut to special week in the bay preparing for the race, and she's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck's going on?" That's it. That's the entire show.
I predicted that Suzuka was going to be typical, like a cold and unwelcoming role model girl, but I was almost right. But she's more just like mysterious and cryptic.
One or the other,
quiet. This show's not very good. But like all the things in it are things that I like. Like I like the names, and I like the horse bits, and I like the.
I bet you like those
Gaijin accents. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm, as a whole, it's not great, but I enjoyed the gags, which I guess is kind of the most important thing in a show of this nature. But the overall concept's a little bit fucking dumb.
A little bit
fucking dumb. And nope. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna give this one a no.
I'm gonna say nah.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It looks nice. It's just a little bit too tacky for me.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Unremarkable either way. It's not atrocious. I'd say it's fairly mediocre.
Basically, yeah.
Anyways,
we were gonna watch something called Jushinki Pandora, by the way, but that has not been subbed yet. we'll get to that someday. Doesn't matter when. As soon as possible. Next one I have is Mahou Shoujo Ore.
Yes.
Ore. A manga adaptation by Pierrot Plus.
All right.
It's the advanced version of Pierrot.
It's got the DLC included.
Oh yeah, it's the good one.
Yeah, you don't have to buy the DLC, and you get like some special armor.
Sorry, shiny armor.
Yeah.
I was not looking forward to this one because I saw the promo art and I was just like, oh, it's magical girls, but he's a muscle guy. That's gonna be not funny. And I was right. I wasn't right exactly for the right reasons though, because it doesn't really have that gag until the last bit of this episode. It's mostly it's Mahou Shoujo tropes, which were bad, and then there was also meta jokes, fourth wall breaking jokes, which were even worse. Oh no! Like this, the villains are turning things black and white, and someone remarks that will make it easier for the colorists. It's just
the one gag I liked in the entire show was that the mascot character is like a sleazy Yakuza type. I thought that was funny.
I feel like even that's been done, but I don't know. I like the Yakuza guy when he's human because his accent is so obnoxious.
Yeah.
He's rolling letters that aren't even R's. He's just rolling everything, and that's very funny.
Yes, that's like the thing I enjoyed about him. I like to hit that character as a gimmick. But there's not much really. The meta humor is like just totally average, and I did like my only note for this was nice boat.
They have a nice boat joke. They have a toast in the mouth joke. Where it's a fancy breakfast instead of toast. I like the OP though, damn. But I'm just a sucker for anything with trumpets. That might just be my affliction.
I think this is gonna come out dumb, but like the gag of running with a very elaborate dish would have been funny in a comedy from like the mid 2000s.
Well, how about one from 2012? Because fucking Daily Lives of High School Boys totally did that. And it was better.
There we go.
Because they were running and they all had these ridiculous dishes, and then it was a dream or something. So they like a bunch of they were breaking the fourth wall, but it got so ridiculous that it was at least funny because that show was Square Enix, so they just all these Gundams and Final Fantasy shit was flying in, and they were like eating spaghetti while running. Like that's good.
They didn't take it far enough. It was just kind of without context. It's like just you got to build it up a little more than that.
Yeah. Did I already say the show is like 10 or 20 years too late in trying to subvert Mahou Shoujo? Because I have that note and I forgot if I said that.
No, you did not. Now it's no. You've established that now.
Okay, yeah, because these these tropes are just not novel to point out anymore. And boy, nice boat jokes are getting old. Even though I usually like them, it's just Pop Team Epic just did that. And again, they did it well because I think that one was actually censored, so they actually had to play boat footage because they feared a Disney copyright problem. But yeah, this is a girl and her mom. She finds out her mom had to quit being a Mahou Shoujo, so the Yakuza that's arranging this whole thing enlists her instead. And she's also an idol, and she's bad at singing, but her and her friend are trying to be idols, and she has a crush on her friend's brother, who's also in a boy idol group, and he gets attacked by muscular demons, so she becomes Mahou Shoujo, but whoa, she turns into a big muscly man at the end. That's crazy.
Big old doinker.
I mean, I don't know. It's possible.
There's a crotch shot in it, a little upskirt action, but we got a doinkaroonie.
I believe it. Yeah, just the big defined legs, everything. Yeah, nah, man.
I'll take a nah on this one as well.
Nah, son.
No.
Nope. No, thank you.
All right. Next.
Okay. Internet transsexuals though are gonna love that show. Because it's pretty dresses and you can see the big muscly thighs. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be like, oh shit, that's me.
It's good that their needs are finally being catered to.
Finally, an anime with
Where
traps.
can you go online to find transsexual imagery? I can't imagine such a place. What a concept.
Oh, yeah. furries
Boys and girls clothing? Oh, this is a
everything.
hell of a season for all of the online perverts.
Everyone's getting serviced.
Oh, man. When will we be serviced, Declan?
How about with Kakuriyo no Yadomeshi?
Wait a minute,
no,
no.
this is nope.
This isn't
Fujo
what I
shit.
want at all.
Oh, well.
Fuck. God.
Oh,
When will a
Jesus.
straight man win?
Why? Something's breaking over there.
Ah!
I'm insane with anger.
Oh, my testosterone's building up.
Kakuriyo no Yadomeshi is a light
Yes.
novel being adapted by Gonzo. And I said it looked like Fujo shit. I think I was right. This one's got Nao Toyama, which was the only thing that interested me at first. And it's got that Edo period aesthetic, which is not as exciting to me. Not a huge fan.
You're telling me there's Fujo shit, but with Edo period symbols and iconography? What a concept!
It's where it's Token Rambu, or is the what's the I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
One of the other ones.
It's one of these.
This is a show where there are ayakashi, which is Japan has like 80,000 word for like ghost, and they're all slightly different. It's one of those, but they talk in this one. There's these girls walking around a city, and there's this little like Bulbasaur guys walking around, and they talk to her, and they ask for food, and she feeds them because one time she was saved by a ayakashi. She gave her food. And she comes across a demon guy and gives him some food, and then we get a bunch of boring backstory. And she gets flashbacks in the first episode are always great. Love them. Can't get enough. Ooh. And then she gets captured by said demon guy. And this is like she gets captured, and it's like it looks like it should be kind of an intense scene, but something about it is weird. It's like the music and the effects are too quiet, which makes it really low impact, or things are happening too fast where there's no oomph to them. But she ends up in like Ayakashi town, and as expected, he has decided she is his bride, which is quite shoujo, because she's totally going to be into it in like 3 episodes. Then we get a ton more backstory that I didn't even try to pay attention to. It was so fucking boring. Flashbacks to Grandpa taught her this, blah blah blah, sepia tone in the kitchen. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then she gets a spa treatment from a bunch of faceless maids, which is kind of creepy.
I did like the gag of she's going to get tortured, which doesn't make sense really. But I thought it was funny that instead of being tortured, she was instead treated to a spa day.
Yeah, I don't know if the joke is that they just said that, but then they treated her well, or that torture for Ayakashi is like having baths and getting massaged and stuff.
That's what I would hope would be the actual gag, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it will be. I think
But
it's a joke.
it's not like they're eating nails, like they're just eating regular food. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
like they're
no,
beings
so
of
it's-
pure hell.
If that would be like the Monsters Inc. version, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
fucking-
yeah. Yeah,
It's,
or something like that. I
Yeah.
can't think of it makes, yes. And then we get even more flashbacks. It's unbelievable. It's just crazy. And then she meets a little fox boy, and she's trying to find a job because the reason she's been kidnapped is because her grandpa incurred a lot of debt with this guy, and she is the collateral or the payment or whatever. So she's trying to find a job to pay that off. Fox Lad explains that he has a failed restaurant, so she makes him some food. We get a little bit of setting up the other boys that are going to be in this male harem, and then at the end they decide that they're going to open up a restaurant together. Which I didn't think that's where this was going, but all right, man.
Well, the show
Sure.
is Kakuriyo, bed and breakfast for spirits.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's kind of what we're
Was
looking
not
at
expecting a restaurant management show,
Yep.
but okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. Did not see that one coming because now that I know that, I guess I see a lot of food foreshadowing. There's a lot of food stuff, and then the huge twist at the end of this episode is when you close it and you look at the My Anime listing of it and find out this is 26 episodes.
here. Oh my god! That is
Christ.
a twist.
That is that's Twisto of the fucking century. Oh
Dude,
man!
by the end of this, you're actually going to be able to manage a hotel. Like this is just educational.
Gonna teach you everything.
Point.
Yeah.
Get your way to get in, which is to be married into one, and then from there, it's going to probably teach you various dishes. That would
Location.
Yes.
90% of the
sir.
episodes are her restaurant failing within the first year.
Yep. Well, it's actually like they reset every time it fails. Like the world resets every time a restaurant fails, but she has to then relive it,
It's
but
a
this time
time
make the right
loop.
decision. Yes.
Restaurant time loop.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. We just made a better show.
That's a way better
Always
show.
happens.
What's so much funnier?
Fucking.
Imagine like the most fucking just mundane time loop. Like that's a funny concept for a show. Is just somebody's caught in the fucking really stupid scenario, and it's like it's the least life or death thing ever.
I mean, it's kind of like the Tommy Galaxy, but it's kind of like the Tommy Galaxy.
All right, well there you go. It already existed. It's pretty good.
It's not like boring. It's not laid back, but it's not life or death struggle. So it's just hey, this is crazy. Maybe watch the Tommy Galaxy. I don't know.
I'm
throwing out craziness on this episode.
I'm kind of working my way through Ghost in the Shell standalone complex right now.
Right. I wasn't talking specifically to you. Just talking to the ether.
Usually our dialogues between the two of us and people are allowed to listen in, but if you're going to address the
sorry.
audience, that's okay.
I didn't want to exclude you. I apologize.
Sometimes it happens.
I guess.
So let's move on.
Let's move on.
This was bad. That was bad.
What?
That was bad and boring.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Not crazy.
Bad and boring show.
Not crazy about it. Here's a big one. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Ginga Eiyuu
Yes.
Densetsu. The full title of this series is Ginga Eiyuu Densetsu Dai Neue Kaikou. Because there's also going to be a Dai Neue movie called something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Legend of the Galactic Heroes. What does Dai Neue stand for? The new thesis. And
Whoa.
Kaikou is encounter.
Did you watch the original one?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched
do you
it
mind
after.
if we covered the original one first?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can I cover it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. You may have heard of it, motherfuckers. We did an entire episode on it already. We watched all 140.
Yeah, I mean, we
episodes.
rewatched the first episode of Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
So, because I have really strong opinions about Legend of Galactic Heroes, because we already covered it, and I dedicated, a good year of my life to watching it. So
it was a year in a hyperbolic time chamber, which is why it only seemed like 2 weeks between the podcast episodes we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, for us it was a long time.
Yeah, it's the only appropriate to watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes in a hyperbolic time chamber.
It took you a year because you had to watch an episode every 3 days, I guess.
Yes.
Is how it worked out.
Well, you have to
everyone was
digest.
too intense
There's a lot
for
to
you.
chew on.
Yeah, exactly.
With it's Legend of the Galactic Heroes. One of the side effects of the being in a hyperbolic chamber is that I lost all of the names. I don't remember the names of the people or the different factions at all. So you have to forgive me for that.
It's Reinhardt and the other guy.
Yeah, Reinhardt and the other guy. So Reinhardt, aka Hothead Young Commander, is
Well, he's not a hothead. He's
young
confident.
upstart.
He's confident, probably to a fault, but he is a genius. It seems like.
Yes. So he is leading this squadron of spaceships in this global intergalactic chess game against the opposing force, and it seems like they're going to be overcome because the opposing side has double the amount of forces that he has. But he proposes that they go ahead and fight on in the face of overwhelming odds. His subordinates oppose the idea, but he insists on going forward. And then, so they're kind of grumbly about that because they're not really, they're like, well, this seems like a suicide mission here. And then his assistant, I have him listed as assistant. Reinhardt's assistant inquires about Reinhardt's sister, just asks about her offhand, mentioning that it's her birthday. And then Reinhardt states that this glorious victory will be his birthday present to her, which is some of the fucking hypest shit I've ever heard in my life. That is fucking so goddamn alpha. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. Oh my God. Anyways, we jump to the other side where they're pretty confident that they're going to win because they've got, superior forces, but they're wary of Reinhardt because he's proven to be a master tactician in the past. We meet some of the other characters who just discuss the upcoming battle over a romantic dinner, and these characters, while you get brief glimpses of their personality, they're not super well defined now. But by the end of the 140 odd episodes, you have a really firm grasp of who they are.
Only 110.
110 episodes, you have a really firm grasp of who they are, and the battle begins. There's just, Jesus Christ, a holy fucking shitload amount of ships, like thousands and thousands, and that's hype. There's 20,000 on our side and 40 on the other side. I say ours because we're Reinhardt.
I see whose side you're taking.
Team Reinhardt. So Reinhardt makes his gambit, which he drive. The opposition has a flanking force. They have 3 separate squadrons that are going to attempt to wrap around Reinhardt and flank them. And Reinhardt makes just a beeline straight forward towards one of them. And this is a brilliant move because they have 20,000 ships, and the squadron they're attacking only has 13,000. And the other squadrons of the opposing force are too slow to lend aid to this force they're attacking. So there's this grunt on the other side whose name I don't have off the top of my head. He predicted all this shit, which is super cool because it's established that this guy seems to be somewhat special, where he can kind of foresee the moves that Reinhardt's going to make, but nobody listens to him because he's just some grunt in this whole grand scheme of things. This is a little bit silly. I'll contend, because how the fuck do they not see this coming? How do they not see this coming, Declan?
See what coming?
The onslaught from Reinhardt. Like, how did they not see him just picking one of their forces and completely demolishing it?
Because they can't see it. It's too far away.
Oh shit! There you go. Damn.
Space.
So Reinhardt wins, and it shuts up all of his generals. And then we get some grunts lamenting modern warfare and how it's either you live or you die, because there's no sort of wounds don't really happen anymore because your ship's just liable to explode. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. You gotta summarize every line of dialogue.
No, fuck it. No, this is important. This is important, Declan.
Okay,
this is important. This is going to pay off when I talk about the new show.
Okay.
They go into sleeping pods where they mention that they don't have time to dream, damn it, which is fucking awesome because it's war. And then one of our protagonists buys it because his superior refused to listen, and that's the end of the episode. And apparently in the next episode, Reinhardt's going to encounter some sort of difficulty, even though it seems like he's got an assured victory. Okay. This is fucking awesome. This is so good. This first episode is just really, really great storytelling. It's an amazing first episode of television, and it establishes just all of the different parties that we're going to be dealing with. But when we have a grand battle, but it feels like there's actual stakes, there is just amazing, amazing scope in this episode, because we get like all of these different facets of what's going on, and we see all of the different like branches and all the different parts of the hierarchy of the military, and we spend time with the commander, but we also spend time with the grunts on the ground floor, and you really get an idea of how massive the scope of this battle is. It's fucking great, and it's super mature storytelling, and it has adult concepts and themes. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. The new Legend of the Galactic Heroes is a gross approximation of this. It doesn't have any sort of... It lacks the subtlety. They like tighten up the dialogue to make it less space opera-y. In doing so, they lose a lot of the subtext. And they give the main character, they give Reinhardt far too much dialogue that ends up adding nothing to his character at all. It's totally superfluous, and it makes him less interesting and likable. They simplify a lot of things, and like General's dialogue, and like they add reactions where the original show didn't have them, as if to like guide the audience along. They present it in a more cinematic way, but it's visually less creative and they remove subplots or move subplots around in such a way that makes them less effective as a whole. Yeah, and the dialogue's significantly worse.
Is it really worse?
Yes, it's worse. It's definitely worse.
It's like, I thought it was basically the same.
They add lines that are totally unnecessary, and also remove things that are necessary.
I mean, you don't know those aren't going to be in later, though. We haven't even shown the Federation or whatever it's called. We haven't even seen them yet. It might do most of their stuff in the next episode. Because what they were trying to do is, in the original, you're bouncing back and forth between these two characters already. Whereas in the new one, I thought it was cool where you're seeing Reinhardt the whole time. He's kicking ass, and then at the very end, this dude comes in that we don't know, who seems to be on his level, who's actually, challenging him, and that's it. It sets up Wen Li much better, because instead, in the original, it's just like, hey, here's these two guys, they're talking a lot, whereas we get a bunch of time with Reinhardt here, and then this really imposing other character shows up, which I thought is very cool.
I see the point that you're making, but I would propose that the original way of doing it is much more effective, because you see Wen Li, because he's if not friends with, is familiar with Lap, who is the character who buys it in the episode, and he's mentioned, like, he makes note of the fact that they need to listen to Lap, like the superiors need to listen to Lap, otherwise they're going to be wiped out.
Yeah.
And that's what happens, and I feel like that sows a seed of some kind in Wen Li, I kind of need to find a way to subvert this hierarchy, because it seems like that's the way this character is going to go. And it also, by separating those two characters, you completely pull all of the drama out of Lap's death, and it's totally unnecessary.
There was no drama around his death in the original. It's
there
like
absolutely is.
Everyone reacts like, "Ah, man, too bad," and they just move on.
I posit that it's a little bit more effective in the original version, rather than just having this kind of faceless character die. You know what I mean? Because we kind of established when he's going to be one of our primary characters, and that he has some sort of relationship with Lap. But that's my take. The ships are really shiny in the new one.
Oh yeah, they are CG ships in the new one. They do a whole lot of them on the screen. Kind of gives me Noah Zero flashbacks, or more accurately, the opening, which is quite nice. Kind of gives me Noah Zero flashbacks, which is unfortunate. But
I like there's one ship design I really like in the new version, which is this, like, it's like a ship that has two split engines, basically, that rotate around to let it move in crazy ways.
That's cool.
That shit was pretty hype. To me, the original one felt much classier and better presented, and I like the pacing of it more.
Yes, it's a classy show.
Yes.
The dialogue, the audio actually sounds, the voice audio sounds surprisingly good for a show that old. It's recorded well.
But we can agree to disagree in some ways. But
a lot less dick sucking than I remember. I'm impressed. I remember a lot more.
The new version looked more like what I was thinking of. With just kind of how gay it is. You want to go crack a bottle of wine, boy?
They're a lot more soft-spoken in the original. Like, they're almost whispering in that first scene, and it kind of made me uncomfortable, actually, because they're just like, yes, the stars.
That's space opera to me.
Oh, it's very space opera.
Also, by the way, the dialogue in the new one. I like stars.
Are nice.
Wait, what is it? Stars are nice.
Stars are nice.
Stars are nice is fucking hilarious. That's too funny.
I think he said the same thing in the orig.
At least in my translation, it was not stars are nice, but
he just Hoshiwaina. It's
stars are
like,
nice.
Yeah, man, stars are nice. You know what?
Also, he's a little bit I would say he's closer to being a hothead in the new version, where he's gloating and kind of rubbing it in that he's so genius. Whereas in the original, he's a little bit more calm and collected and refined.
Right. Yeah.
I
just like this show is the premise of the show basically seems to be two geniuses fighting, which is the best premise you can have for any show ever. It's Code Geass.
Yep.
It's the best.
And it's handled in a mature way. It's great.
Yeah, it's
great.
good stuff.
It seems like entertainment that's not going to melt my brain, and I'm going to get something out of.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
The new one's not bad. I just think the original one, the way that I like the way it's presented better in the original.
Also, a lot more stolen Star Wars sound effects in the original.
Yes, which is always a good thing.
Soundtrack also quite similar.
Yeah, well, that's our coverage, recap, if you will, of Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Recap.
So, you ready to move on?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, I don't want to talk about 3D Kanojo, though. Fuck.
Well, guess what? You're recapping it, motherfucker.
Why? Did you not watch it?
No, I did.
Oh,
I took notes too, but my notes are way too involved.
Okay.
So I would have to on the fly, make it a little bit more conversational, which I don't want to do. Good luck.
Okay. 3D Kanojo is a manga being adapted by Hoods.
Oh.
Hoods, who did Drifters and Fantasista Doll and Marchin Madchin and Nazuno Kanojo X. It's about a boy. He's the main character, I guess. He's late for school and has to stay after to clean the pool, and he has to do it with a mean girl. Mean girl, not nice to him, insults his bangs. And at first, I kind of liked her because she's honest. She's like, "Hey, just fucking fix your hair," I appreciate that. But later, well, we'll get into it. Anyways, the first thing I noticed about the show is that the intro was like way too quick. Like it sets up the entire show in like 30 seconds, and then it does the opening. It's just this seems a little off. There's something weird about it. And then notice that it looks really bad. it looks quite nasty.
I like
it's quite
the
on the
backgrounds.
nasty side. I didn't notice. Well,
they got nice watercolor backgrounds.
Well, yeah, it's somewhere in the realm of either being nice or just like cheap. I couldn't tell. I don't know.
I can see what
it
you're
has
saying.
the weird, like everything's almost like there's a lot of like almost white backgrounds that gives a very isolated, very Caillou feel. That's how I always think of Caillou when I see backgrounds like that.
That's actually in books on anime, that they read about in college is the Caillou look.
The Caillou
what they're
style.
trying to emulate. Yeah, it was a really influential piece of media there in Japan. That's why there was that whole bald fad where they would just shave their fucking heads.
Yep, just like that's fuck who's bald. I don't know.
Fuck who's bald.
Fuck who's bald.
I can't think of anybody. I don't know what's bald people. Idris Elba.
Yes, sure.
He's bald.
Is Michael Chiklis bald?
Michael Chiklis is very bald. He's the baldest man on the planet.
Howie Mandel.
There you go. Keep it going. Keep it going. We can do this.
The guy who directed Bayonetta. What's his face?
Ainsley, the British chef.
Moby.
Ainsley, what the fuck is his name? Ainsley Harriott. Yes, he's bald.
Ainsley. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Put that rub on there, baby. The dude from Pawn Stars.
Yes, quite bald. The guy from Red Letter Media who looks like Moby.
AIDS Moby, yes.
Well, yes. I wasn't gonna say it. I was trying to be nice.
God, who else is bald? We can get one more.
Oh, can we? Oh my gosh, so many balds. I don't.
Is Kojak bald?
Kojak
bald confirmed. All right, we're good.
Who the heck?
This is from the hit television program Kojak that ran from 1973 to 1978.
Oh my God!
You mean the bald lollipop sucking police detective with a fiery righteous attitude who battles crime in his city?
Who does this guy look like to me? I've seen him somewhere. I don't know. Is Vin Diesel bald? Yeah.
Yeah, he is. The Rock's bald.
Is there a difference between shaved and bald? I don't actually know for sure because he's definitely shaved all the way down, but you can tell it's there. Yeah, he's basically bald. Yeah. It's fine.
The Rock his entire body might be entirely bald. I don't think there's hair on The Rock's body.
He's got hair on his head sometimes, and his face sometimes.
Oh, sometimes he does have hair on his face. This is true.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the most American photo of... Holy shit, he is huge. The most American photo of The Rock ever.
He's gotten quite big. He's 6 feet wide.
He is definitely in the building.
What's the... whoa, he's... Oh my god, what is he running for office? What the hell is this?
He actually might be running for office.
Okay, yeah, because that's the most...
Yeah.
Hey, I live in Iowa, just like you. Hey, everybody, I love Iowa. Look at my Iowan dog. I'm going to fill my Ford truck up with Iowa potatoes. Wearing denim jacket.
Possible political run in 2020.
Wearing all denim. My man.
Whoa, this is more severe than I thought. It says that he's seriously considering running for president in 2020.
Fuck it. Yeah, man.
He said right now he's just trying to educate himself.
Oh no, Rock, please don't. I want Rock to not make a single political point and just win 100% of everyone's vote.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Just keep. You need to work. Don't read books. Work on your mic skills, my man.
My opponent is a sick freak.
Oh, so good. So good.
All right, that's it. That's all the Rock jokes I know.
Yeah, the people's eyebrow, obviously. He's gonna just keep. He just
shows up on stage and just flashes the eyebrow and wins the election.
He's gonna give Oprah the eyebrow, and it's gonna be fucking Oprah.
Oprah's not gonna run for president.
Oprah's gonna be Oprah. Hey.
Oh
hey.
damn! There's a slogan.
Damn. Yeah, slogan for The Rock. Directly calling her out.
He should just hit her with a fucking suplex.
He should beat the shit out of Oprah. Dwayne The Rock Johnson should murder Oprah.
2020. Dead Oprah 2020.
It's just on lawn signs all across the nation.
Oprah must die.
With just the eyebrow above it, like a DreamWorks face, but just not even his face, just the eyebrow above the phrase "Dead Oprah 2020." Oh man, we got to get him to hire us as his managers, as his campaign.
That's a campaign.
Please, The Rock, get in touch, Mr. Johnson. You're gonna something? He's got to have something about his Johnson too, but we can workshop that. Dwayne's The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Cock Johnson. Done.
Well, no, Johnson already means cock. You don't have to insert the word cock.
Penis the Cock Johnson.
Dwayne.
Wait. Instead of hold on.
Instead the Dang-a-Lang Johnson.
Instead of Drain the Swamp, it's Dwayne the Swamp.
Damn. Oh my God, we have to send him this clip. Like we need to at him on Twitter and say, hey man, we got some good ideas. Please get in touch. We can do it all through DM.
We can win it for you.
We will do it.
We understand the internet. We understand the internet.
Oh yeah.
Nice boat. Like we're there.
Can't be memed on. We're good.
Yeah. Oh my God. We'll counter meme. That's the thing. We'll run a counter meme campaign. So like if anybody tries to take us down with memes, we'll just lay some danker memes.
Oh yeah, subversive meme subterfuge.
We'll own it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Dwayne, the color purple is your vagina okay, hold on, wait.
I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I support this message. And it's just like, just a video of him walking through a field with a bunch of memes popping up around him. You got like Keyboard Cat.
He's running his hand through the wheat and memes are popping out.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Just JPEGs flying out. Yeah. Blurry JPEGs.
You've got the dancing baby. You've got Pepe the Frog.
And then it cuts to death metal as a doll that looks like Oprah is being stabbed with a knife over and over again very, very quickly.
Oh my God! Roll this right now. We got to start this campaign because like
the
campaign
Doom soundtrack
before the primaries.
The Oprah doll is just being smashed against a brick wall.
Just fucking mutilated. Oh God!
You get a car, bitch, and then you run over a mannequin that looks like Oprah.
Did you know that Oprah released a bunch of bees on your audience? And then it's the video of...
Yeah, you post the GIF as proof, and all the 60-year-old women on Facebook are sharing it. Can you believe this? I'm allergic to bees. I would have died. This woman wants me dead.
I'm getting the vapors. Oh. Anyways. You know who his running mate needs to be?
Who's that?
Chester Cheetah.
You mean Chester Cheeto? Or is it Chester Cheetah?
It is Chester Cheetah.
Okay, well
that's the only running mate extreme enough for him.
It's a lot of attitude. It's just I feel it's a bit outdated.
Well, he was from the Attitude Era of WWE, so I think.
But he's also still around and very popular. Whereas Chester Cheetah is just a weird '90s leftover who is not in any movies.
They really owned it, though. I think.
Yeah, they got a good hip Twitter account or something. Like, what's going on with Chester Cheetah these days? Nothing.
He adopted the furries.
Oh, not more furries. Oh God, please no.
Anyways, because Tony the Tiger was trying, the furries were trying to co-op him, I feel like I remember some episode where something happened, and he officially rejected them and started banning them from his Twitter. But then Chester Cheetah opened them with welcome arms, which is that's like coming home. Like that only makes sense. Cheetos and furries go together like like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? Yeah, get all the dust up in the suits, and it's just falling everywhere. You could smell it. Dusty Fursuits 2020. Anyways, we've taken this tangent to its logical conclusion. Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to castrate all furries. Yes. With his bare fists, mind you. And I'm for it. I'm in favor of it. What was? Oh, 3D. I am Drain the Swamp Johnson, and I wrote this message. It turns out that whole bit was just me stalling because I didn't want to talk about 3D Kanojo anymore. 3D Kanojo. So the main character has a weird cat boyfriend, and they're talking. All these characters are talking, and the character interactions are really stiff and robotic. It's really off-putting me. I don't know if you got the same vibe. Something was really weirding me out. It was like Uncanny Valley levels of not human talking. It's incredibly awkward, and it might not even play well in our language. Like, it might be intentionally awkward, but when you're a non-native speaker... It matches the bad animation of the show in a way that makes me think it's not intentional. And then they go to Walkdonald's, and Walkdonald's, yeah. Walkdonald's, and some high school whores make fun of him, and he gets mad. And shit's about to pop off, and then he gets defended by the mean girl. So far I'm getting like, okay, this show is like righteous slut defends spineless emotional beta male for no reason other than just wish fulfillment. But huge twist coming later. Stay tuned. And then we get like a really, really strange abrupt cut to a kissing scene where the girl is just kissing a dude in the hallway, and then another dude sees them, and he gets mad. So she's spinning both plates in both of the scenes. Like, they're together in the scene previously, where it's like her greeting him in the morning, and then we immediately cut to the scene of her macking on a dude. Yeah, and they're not continuous scenes. There's a skip between them, but there's no sort of like time lapse or anything, or any sort of like B-roll to differentiate between the two. Yeah, it's not that like if it was right you wouldn't notice that the transition worked, but something's missing. It's one of those things where it's like you gotta have there's some sort of directorial knowledge that's missing that dictates you have to transition between your scenes good. And then so it's like she's getting like chewed out by her boy toys. And then he defends her, and he's just an absolute imagine just fucking seeing a girl like just cheating on her boyfriend and just making out with all these dudes, and then like jumping in to self-righteously defend her. She does get slapped. It's not cool. So he's getting bullied by women in the school, and then he's like doing this ridiculous white knight bullshit,
and he knows he can't win. There's two dudes, so it's like he just gets the shit beat out of him. At this point, I'm very angry because it's just this guy sucks. He's just both these people are just terrible. And his name, by the way, his name's the first anime character I think I've ever met. His name's Tutsui, which I have a family friend named Tutsui, and my dad calls him Toots.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Wow.
A shout out to Toots.
That's a fun little factoid for you there.
Yeah. That was fun. And then I don't remember this part specifically in my mind's eye, but apparently there's a shot of her crying that's extremely unnatural, even compared to the rest of the episode. And also the music sucks, by the way. And then there's a weird scene where she gets accused of shoplifting in a library, and she gets told to empty a purse, which she does, and then she just starts stripping unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And then he does more white knighting and rushes in as if she's like being forced to do this when she just like started doing it because she's a weirdo. This is the worst thing I've seen in years. This show's so fucking awful. I was so mad. It sucks. This guy is literally a cuck. He's gonna. But then I found out this is written by a woman and it's published in a shoujo magazine. So this isn't White Knight wish fulfillment. This is This is read by girls, and the wish fulfillment is actually going the other way, where they are imagining being White Knighted for, while also having lots of boyfriends on the side.
Well, they want to get off the cock hamster wheel. They want to get out of the cycle. You know, this is the show for.
I don't think she's gonna get out because I was in one of the threads, and apparently there's a section of this show where he just goes away and lives somewhere else for a while. So it's just like it's like he's the guy you settle down with evenally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, after you're done getting fucked by Chad. You know,
by all these
this little White Knight boy.
By all these Japanese, the otaku loser who's probably going to make a bunch of money. So I didn't expect that. So that was a weird. I didn't know that. I couldn't tell this was a shoujo show, but now looking back on it, I was like, this actually makes sense. But right. I don't like that.
I didn't have as strongly a negative opinion as you did. But I mean, I certainly wasn't in love with it. I liked the sequence where she said that she would take his cold because he got sick, and she made out with him, and that
she
was
kisses
gross
him
and
too.
Dirty. And it stimulated me in a weird way.
into that virus play.
Also, he doesn't immediately reciprocate her feelings, which makes him a little bit less of a beta.
But it's not because he's like, oh man, I'm not sure about this girl. It's just like he's confused. And
well, that's the fight or flight response.
He just doesn't even know if she's genuine because he knows what a fucking why no one would ever date him. There's no reason for anyone to.
Too real. Yeah. I was a little bit less involved in this than you were.
Maybe I was just really drunk. I was horrified.
I had my note. This show is simultaneously cute and gross.
I don't know.
Because he's got the little cute boy with the ears.
He doesn't do much, but he's there.
Yep, that's I didn't have a super strong opinion. That's it. That's my take. Right. I'm gonna give it a nah.
I'm also do we have any yas so far?
Legend of the Galactic Heroes original, which came out decades ago.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's not really spring 2018, but sure.
Well, maybe this next one, Declan.
No, it's not really. But yeah, as about almost a week ago, as an April Fool goof, Adult Swim aired the first episode of One Fooly Cooly Alternative.
They got us.
They got me. I caught it airing like the last 5 minutes as it showed, and then they played Mind Game afterwards. Good choice. This is good. This is good taste. I guess they just played like subbed anime all day as their April Fool's goof. They had subbed. Tom was there, and he had yellow subtitles. It's the whole thing. But yeah, this is not the second season of Fooly Cooly. This is the third season of Fooly Cooly.
What?
It's not airing until fall. Fooly Cooly Progressive is in the summer. Alternative is the third season. So this is the first episode of season 3.
Is this is my guess? You might know this, but I'm guessing that Progressive is a sequel show and Alternative is an alternate reality show.
No.
Just a parallel storyline.
I mean, you watched it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it definitely seems like it's in the future.
Okay. I mean, maybe it's an alternative future to the one that we enter in the next show.
It could be, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know. It's only the first episode. There's not really a ton of overlap. Haru looks older, but who knows? I mean, her opposite, her rival seems to be. It seems like he's going to be a character from original Fooly Cooly, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we've been dreading this for years.
Yep.
Oh, I've been just
everything. The initial announcement was one of the most distressing things I've ever heard in my entire life, which is there is going to be a simultaneously airing Fooly Cooly show, which is basically being created for Western audiences, and it's not done by the OG staff. It is a new studio. It is going to be, what is it, Production IG?
Yes,
Production IG is doing Fooly Cooly, and it's not. It's the fact that they're making more on something that is already perfect and wrapped up in the best little bow you could possibly imagine, and an amazing round 6 episodes that you can watch in a day, and the idea of making a sequel to that is so cynical and gross and counter to everything the show's about that we've been dreading this.
Yeah, it's I never expected to have Fooly Cooly ruined or lessened for me. It could happen if they take a bunch of the characters and just do retarded shit to them. Doesn't seem like that's going to be exactly what happens.
No, it's going to be quite easy to ignore, actually.
It could be. We haven't seen Progressive yet, but who knows? If we haven't talked about Fooly Cooly that much on this program, it is a masterpiece. It's the greatest anime ever made.
It's really good.
It's damn near perfect. It's spiritually enlightening. It's a work of goddamn masterful art.
Yeah,
it's the best. And so they made America demanded more. And
ooh, give me more! Give me more, we said. I need more of that delicious sweetness. Ooh, I'm such a glutton. Ooh, give me more, please.
Why is it so sexual?
Squeeze more Fooly Cooly down my throat. I need it. 6 episodes? I want it to go until it's bad. Why didn't you let it go until it's awful? Why didn't you run it into the fucking ground? Why? We asked. We begged for more Fooly Cooly, and Japan graced us with more. Ooh!
And could not be satiated. Held out for 15, 16 years, but yeah, it's the beast gets what it wants. So it shoved Japan's head in a toilet until it said, "Okay, fine." And then the pillows are fucking in a basement being forced to make music.
Doesn't it sound like they're being forced to make music though?
Did you hear this song? It sounds exactly like Crazy Sunshine, but isn't.
It's like the most creatively devoid thing I've ever. It sounds like they're contractually obligated to make more music for this.
I don't think there's much. There was only one original. One or two original songs.
It sounds like they're past their prime at the very minimum.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard that there's a lot of post-90s pillows that's good. I haven't listened to much of their stuff outside the Fooly Cooly soundtrack. We haven't heard it all yet. Who knows? It could be all right. But yeah, this didn't get up to a great start because the file name of what I watched was Fooly Cooly 13, which just sent shivers up my spine. Very not okay with that. But it's this one's girls. This one's got girls. The main character's a girl, and she's she's walking around town, and it's doing the rap music video, flickery cartoon, chalk drawn in reality stuff. And this rip was very poorly encoded. I assume yours was as well. I think it's just because
it looks like
what
butt
TV
cheeks.
rips look
Yep.
like. It looks so bad that it actually looks older than original. Fully cool. It looks like a VHS rip. But the characters are talking, and they definitely know that Fooly Cooley's dialogue style is very garrulous. It's like Tarantino-esque in its like specificity. But
it's also quite rambling.
That's what
it goes on detours, and it doesn't necessarily relate to the conversation at hand at all times.
Yeah. They talk about, one of the first lines is about how one of the boys they know sucks the egg yolk off of the plate.
Yes,
which is
kind of tapped into the original feel for me.
Yes. Of course, anything it does that evokes the original is going to feel a little bit like just kind of copying, because I feel like there were lines about how to eat food even in the original. They talk about there's Crystal Pepsi or whatever, I forget, stuff like that.
Next to that store that still sells Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah. Oh, it's so, Fooly Cooley, it's got the great music, it's got the great animation, the perfect amount of angst and coming of age, but also just the dialogue is written in a way that I can barely explain. I just tried my best earlier. It's just great. It's just so good. It's written fantastically, usually.
It's conversational, but at the same time meaningful.
It's just a little bit cryptic and quirky, but not in an obnoxious
also,
quirky.
Characters have their own voices, which is like the most important thing. It's that their pieces of dialogue will come out of characters, and it's not like a homogenous thing. It's each character has their own distinctive voice that they speak in, and their own mannerisms, and they're conveyed really well, and you get a lot of character through how they speak.
Yeah, and even this one is pretty good at everyone feels like very good, like they know each other really well because of how they're talking. There's one scene in this one where all the girls are sort of laying on each other on a balcony.
That's good.
That is good.
Yeah, go ahead.
And just the dialogue, it gets you a feel for their relationship, and it establishes it still better than most shows. By the way, I think Adult Swim's only mandate here was that they got to have a fat chick. So it's to please the Americans. We have a big old fat girl, but I think they failed to stipulate that you can't make a ton of fat jokes. So there's just all this stuff about how much soda she drinks. She drinks an entire tower's worth of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. This show is at its best when it's not being Fooly Cooley. It's at its best when it's not trying to do Haruko and crazy space creatures. What
else did it do? Because in the classroom scene, I was kind of bummed out by how all the side characters with dialogue in the original were always had something. They were always quirky. Again, not in an obnoxious way, but they all had a silliness to them. There were just a lot of regular high school kids in this one, which I don't really think the original had any normal kids. Everyone was a total weirdo.
Yeah.
This is just a pretty normal high school. Everyone looks pretty normal. I don't know.
I liked them making the rocket and decorating it all girly, which is not super Fooly Cooley to me. It's like the show kind of gets not sidetracked, but loses its step when we are introduced to Haruko.
Yes,
Haruko.
Haruko.
That's when I'm like, uh-oh, wait a minute. This ain't right. Because she's not animated the way she was previously, and the voice is obviously still there, but it's a little bit... Something's missing, man.
I don't know. I could see that. I mean, we are watching the Japanese dub, which, as everyone knows, the English dub of Fooly Cooley actually better than the original. It's just, I don't know. Haruko was never... She was never the best thing about the show for me. She's... I don't know. She didn't bother me that much. Our girl does work in a ramen restaurant, and there's a guy there who accidentally dumps a ton of cayenne or spice or something into his curry, and he eats it anyways. And he's drooling and his nose is running all over the place.
And his mouth is fucking on fire. And
it seems like it's supposed to be a hint that this is Naoto, because, the original ends with him, being more tolerant of different foods. So that seems like a nod to that. He doesn't look, I think this is only supposed to be like 17 years after. So he'd only be like late 20s. So, he looks way older, but then again, adults in anime always look way fucking older than they should be. He could be 26. I don't know. But yeah, so he's in the restaurant. That Haruko shows up in the restaurant. There's an angry lady president who wants to go to space because the world is a shithole.
Isn't she banning people from going to space?
Something like I
think she's banning people from going to space.
Okay, I could have read that wrong.
Because they've been sending a lot of people.
Okay, that could be it. I don't know. She's angry about something. The world is a trash. World is a fuck, and something about space.
Yep.
Again, it's I like the motif of being in a small town and seeing rockets ascending into the sky. Very good aesthetic. That's good stuff. The original didn't have. They had the steam in the first one.
Yep.
Then not a lot of. This one's got space, similar, but still good. That's good. Good thing. They do a Never Knows Best again. It's like, why you gotta do that again? That was already a.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You have to
and
do
it's
that.
way less cool. It's way cooler to have it on a cigarette.
Yeah, it's just like a piece of wood or something.
That's the most angsty fucking shit ever. That's
man,
perfect.
It's
like that
so
sequence
perfect
is also
for her
goddamn,
character.
Yeah, it's goddamn amazing.
Man,
yeah,
fuck.
no, like it totally this like cheapens that. Like also it's so cryptic and like not really played up in the original. It has no significance outside of just being in the shot. Whereas in the idea is that she wrote it herself, but they don't call attention to it other than it being in the shot. Whereas in this one, she's staring up at Never Knows Best on a fucking Jenga block. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like she found it or something.
Yeah,
but that's yeah.
It's your. You don't have to fucking reiterate on Never Knows Best. It's perfect as
everything. And then they're in this like hangout spot, and there's like a scene where they're all arguing about the bottle rocket, and I don't know if it was supposed to be a manga scene equivalent, because it was not nearly as tedious looking to make. It's just sort of they're all in like split panels on the screen, but it's not. They didn't go like Flash comic manga style. I don't know if that's supposed to be an analog, because they really lazied out on that one.
It was expensive, like they said in the original.
Being in a manga is expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's supposed to be. I have a feeling that this show is going to get really popular amongst like some seriously broken like Tumblr girls, like Hot Topic girls.
There's a nostalgia to it which the original doesn't have. Not that the original doesn't have nostalgia, but this is certainly playing up like kicking it with your friends during the summertime. Like totally wistful.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But also like any girl over 12 who like has interest in model rocketry is like hopelessly fucked up.
I thought it was cute.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's cute in this context. It's a fun thing to have them do.
Oh yes.
But I think the girls' friendship dynamic is good.
Yeah,
it's good. This is what's so difficult to grapple with here is like my initial gut reaction of no more, please. But at the same time, there's elements of this that I like. It obviously lacks the magic of the original. But I mean, it's hard to look at it objectively. It's hard to like take a super critical eye to this without allowing my original feelings for my feelings for the original show to spill over.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's definitely things I like here, and there's more that I like than I don't. It's just I found. We'll cover it, of course, but the final battle scene was so fucking just not what I wanted.
Yeah, it didn't have every fight, every action scene in the original basically has at least one thing that fucking
wows the shit out of you.
Just total fist pumping, like absolutely nuts shit.
Haruka Haruko rather, like fucking riding a guitar down the barrel of a giant gun, like or like
blocking the big
the hand.
arm.
Like that's like the best
the baseball
shit ever. It's like
every
the best
episode.
anime scene
I mean,
ever.
the only
he swung
fight-
the bat.
He swings the bat. The only fight that doesn't really have one of those in the first Fooly Cooly is probably episode 3. That one's not as crazy, but every other episode has something totally just unbelievable at the end.
Yeah, and memorable. Whereas this is just like a monster, and she just kills it the way that she would kill the monster in the original. And like a lot of images seem to be lifted from the original. Obviously, of course, but like specific shots even of like Haruko brushing up against like the like tentacles from the monster while moving really fast, or just the way that she lands to make the killing blow happen is really reminiscent of the original. And it's not bringing new to it. There's nothing new to that aspect of the show, which is concerning.
Yeah, and main girl, she gets a flower grows out of her head.
Because it's a girl. Because girls are blossoming.
Like the weird boner horn in the original. But this one is weird because nothing really. I don't know if anything triggered it. Was it the rocket getting destroyed? Was that what?
No,
was,
it was her getting kicked in the head.
No, because in the original he gets kicked in the head, but then it takes him, seeing his like he gets up. It's every time he gets upset.
Maybe you're right. Because they put all that time.
He has some kind of adolescent, distress that always causes his head to start going wacky.
Well, I think it's probably the rocket getting destroyed after them working on it for so long, and they had this vision and they came together and made it.
I guess that's probably it.
Which is like that's so much. It's I don't know.
It's not quite as personal. I don't know.
Because it's shared amongst them. You know what I mean? Like she has people that she can talk to. Where like Naoto's friends are just kind of dicks, and Mamimi isn't. They don't have that kind of dialogue at all. And like they don't have that relationship. A lot of his relationships are more fundamentally broken or on like shakier ground. Whereas she has a firm base of friends around her to, like they just like. Haruko mentions like you could just build it again, you know what I mean? And like she has friends that can do that with her, whereas Naoto is kind of more alone.
Yep.
Which just kind of removes some of the potency from it. It's like FLCL had its teeth removed. Like it just lacks the edge. It doesn't have the mischief of the original. It doesn't have this not cynicism. I think mischief is the right word. It's kind of lost its edge.
Yeah. I mean, so far, first episode, but the original definitely had a bit more tooth, I guess, in the way people acted, but it's still it's got action. It's still set to Pillow's music.
It's better than most shit.
It's still better than average, but yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes later this year because they aired this third season first.
Right, yeah. So we won't be seeing any more of these characters. We got weird cat ear headphone girl as a protagonist first.
Let's see how that pans out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that one will have the teeth that we need.
Are they gonna just do it? Because it's like this one's. It's not exactly the same, but it's still like girl in a town. Are they gonna do it 2 more times? Is the other girl also gonna be a girl in a town?
I want a
Fooly
Cooly road show. I want it to be like a road movie style Fooly Cooly. That'd be cool. That'd be an interesting
they're
thing.
Traveling across the country, getting into stuff.
Yeah,
that's what the Rolling Girls was trying to be, and it failed miserably. And Rolling Girls was probably the highest, that's like the most wasted potential possibly of any show ever. That's a real bummer. Some people even think they like it, and they're delusional because that show was horrible, but the premise, the animation, the characters all so great. Bummer.
Yep.
So yeah, that's I won't be killing myself.
Not yet.
As I think I might have tweeted years ago because of Fooly Cooly. Hold on. I think I said something about inviting people over to shoot me. Lowest bidder gets to come to my house and fucking shoot me. March 2016. It's been exactly a year. Look at that. 2 years. Look at that.
Wow.
Wait, where'd the original... This is just its... Oh, it's not a reply tweet. It's just by itself. All right. No context. That's a little dark. But, yeah.
That was for me, I felt like. But yeah,
Nope.
that's
Well,
fully season 3.
Yes.
Episode
And
1.
that's episode 1 of our spring 2018 preview.
So far we have actually 0 yeses.
Wow,
that
all
aired
these,
in this season.
it sounds terrible, but I'm kind of glad I don't have anything I have to watch so far.
Well, it's interesting because this wasn't as miserable as it should have been because we were watching content that's not coming out in this season. because we watched a thing from the future and a thing from the past.
A couple things, yeah.
And these things there were like a couple of like near misses.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure I'll be dropping Horse Girls. I probably will, but, Horse Pussy. What else is going on this season we can look forward to? I don't know anything about any of these shows. There's another Cutie Honey. I don't know if that's a well, we're almost done, though.
I know.
Just wait.
This one's good. We got butlers. That's probably going to be gay butlers.
Great.
Yep, that looks like gay butlers to me.
There's new Cutie Honey. I don't know if that's a reboot or a sequel, so I don't know if we're gonna watch that. And there's a cool boxing show that looks kind of cool. It's like I don't think it's related. I don't think it's a spin-off or a sequel or prequel to Hajime no Ippo. Or wait, is it? Hold on. It's an Ashita no Joe 50th anniversary project.
Oh.
But I looked it up, and it doesn't seem to. It just seems to be a boxing anime that happens to be like in honor of Ashita no Joe. I couldn't find any similarities.
That's probably the best way to do that.
I couldn't find anything about the sequel, prequel, characters, nothing. So I have no idea what that is. The promo art's very cool. It's like an Afro guy, and he's also a robot, and he has boxing gloves. Megalobox.
Gotcha.
So that might be neat.
That does look cool.
Yeah. Who knows?
This looks like it might be hype. Oh shit.
It could be.
I'm just seeing like the thumbnail for the preview and it looks hype.
Yeah. Thumbs crossed. I would watch a good ass boxing show.
Yep.
You could make a good ass boxing show. Steins Gate Zero. You probably don't want to watch that. You haven't seen Steins Gate.
No.
I'll watch that. New Sword Art Online spinoff. Persona 5 the animation. New season of Omachi.
Shorts!
There's shorts. There's some shorts.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I need to watch. These two aren't subbed. You gotta watch Alice or Alice.
I'm more like, damn, I gotta pee.
There's something called Caligis. Come on, man. Professional. And yeah, so there you go.
Fuckload of shit aired the day that we recorded this.
Yeah, a ton of stuff aired today. We should just record another episode like later this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
I got shit I need to do.
Yeah, well, 2 episodes a day.
Do Monday.
Easy.
I could do Monday.
Okay, yeah. Works fine. Cool.
That's it.
That is it. I'm gonna go eat 7 more peanut butter cookies.
No!